bottom middle.
Cool. Right. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on this call. I have Diane Hochman with me today. And Diane Hochman, I've been following for years, but we've just realized we've never actually really connected. And she's a huge influence to me and a lot of other people out there in the network marketing space. So I thought it'd be great to grab her and just, try and sort of pick her brains a little bit and just find out a little bit more about her, because she's crushing it online, and she's a seven-figure rock star, because I did a little bit of research, I was doing my stuff. 20 years experience in the industry, which is a long time. And I can imagine when you started, there wasn't the social media that there is now. So
there wasn't the internet that there is now.
Oh my
it was
God.
Still dial-up when it started.
So we're so spoiled now, because there's so many ways to communicate with people. But tell me how, what made you first look at doing something online, and what, your first ever experiences with trying to just build a team?
Well, so originally I purchased a product and I got invited to a traditional opportunity meeting. And I decided to sign up because I had a lot of debt and I needed to, earn extra money to pay it off. I had two little girls and I wanted to be home with them.
Yeah.
And online stuff didn't really start for a couple years later, because there was no online anything.
Sure.
And it started to be like some simple online stuff. There was, like 2001, 2002. I learned what an autoresponder is, which is a tool that lets you bulk email people. And that really opened things up for me. And this is before websites or anything. I was just using this simple autoresponder. And that made my business go wild. And I was, hitting all the winning the trips and all that stuff. Wow. And that was great. But it wasn't until 2005 that lightning hit, because that's when social media was born. And yes, before that, there had been, bulletin boards and AOL and that type of stuff. But blogging and that was when Web 2.0 was born. In fact, that's when I met our mutual friend, Eric.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, people like me, a mom in a spare bedroom or on the kitchen table, could put my words out there. I could write on a blog, or I could use something like MySpace. And I was able to start connecting. And then the advent of high-speed internet and more of this country here in the States and then the world getting high speed. And the magic really happened when YouTube was born and video started, because I was one of the first people to adopt video. So it was kind of weird, because I was just a mom, in an MLM selling vitamins and diet stuff. And all of a sudden I became a bit of a celebrity. And the big names in the industry were calling me because they wanted to learn about what I was doing. And all I was doing was pressing a button and making a video. I mean, it's much easier today. Back then you had to have a separate I joke about it. I know there's one in here. I don't want to waste time on here, but I know I have a video camera sitting. Here it is. We had like these, and this was a little one. But we had to use these guys, and then you'd have to. Originally, you had to connect it with a cord, and then they had the SD cards, and you had to, if it wasn't the right format, it was a big hassle to put a video on. It took like hours to upload. But the videos, I'd upload a video and go to bed, and I'd wake up in the morning with 2, 3, 4, 5,000 views. So I became a celebrity.
Yeah.
That's how it started. So it was pretty
fantastic. Cool. That sounds very similar to how I got involved, actually, because I started with a company and we were selling magic eye cream that got rid of your eye bags. And I said, I'll give it a go because I like the product. And then she said, why don't you promote it? And I was like, I can't do that. I'm not going on camera. And then I had just my screen, and I was recording, just putting this cream on and just showing it. And I went on to YouTube, and that kind of business kind of blew up for me. And I was like, YouTube's very powerful. I like this. So, and that kind of company kind of went down a little bit. But then I just realized the power of video. People want to see they want to see it's real. They want to see, they don't want all this kind of, smoke and mirrors. They just want to see a real person using a product and giving their opinion. And I think that's why, I really resonate with you, because you're so real. Do you know what I mean? You're not one of these kind of marketers that just, does all this hype and anything like that. You just keep it real. I mean, I've been watching your TikToks. It's just you talking, and that I think is missing from the industry a lot is people keeping it so real. And I think that that is what people are really drawn to, is the real person inside. You know, would you agree with that? Do you think that's the case?
I do, and unfortunately, and I've seen it for years, people are like really cool and funny and awesome in real life, and then they get on camera or into network marketing, they turn into this other person. And all of a sudden they're working part-time with a full-time attitude, and they're really excited because they're going to get at it because they have a 90-day plan, and they're going to do their DMO, and they're really going to hit it this quarter because you're strong.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the month, but by the end of the month, I'm going to rank up. And they become this like other person. And I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
You know, I've just always been me. And
Mm.
people always say to me when they meet me in person, we go like, I go to an event and they go, you're just like you are in your videos. And I'm like, how else would I be?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's brilliant.
What's cool, Sarah, is TikTok is really bringing that forward
Oh
because
God.
TikTok is so popular right now, and authenticity is very valued there.
Yeah.
Authenticity and just being real. I mean, there's a couple tricks to the game still over there, but generally speaking, and in fact, I'm watching some of the hardcore old school network marketer types flailing over there. They're not doing well. They're
Yeah.
not getting views because they're talking like they're talking at an opportunity meeting, and
Yeah.
it's a whole different world now. And I
Yeah.
think for your viewers, it's one of the greatest opportunities right now.
Oh God, yeah. And I think getting over that fear of doing video, the only way you're going to get over that fear of doing video is just to keep doing video and just keep messing it up. And but people want to see that side of things, and people don't realize that if you've made a really bad video, they'd love to watch that, you know, because it inspires them to think, well, if she's put that out there and that's fine, you know, I can do this, you know. And I'm trying to inspire more people to do video, but it is hard and it is a barrier. Have you got any tips to get over that fear?
I need to tell you a story. So back in the day when video was new, I used to make a video every day or every other day, which was a lot back then.
Yeah.
And one time I'm making my video, and and back then I dressed up and I made up and the whole thing, and I'm making my video and I'm teaching whatever I'm teaching. And my kids start having like a fight down the hall. I have two daughters, they're grown up now. And they're, it's mine, no, it's mine, get off of me. And middle of the video, and videos, like, it was a lot of work back then, so yeah. I was like my mind went, oh man, I have to stop this and start over. And then in a split second I said, nope, I'm not gonna. And I left it in and I put subtitles on the video. Yes, those are my children. Yes, I really work from home. Everybody is safe. No children were harmed in the making of this video. But like, I'm talking and teaching, and there's these little subtitles going, yes, those are my two daughters. And it went wild. Everybody loved that video.
Yeah.
And it was the video that we would have thought was a mess up. Isn't that funny?
It is. My daughter and my son are constantly running past me when I'm doing videos because the snacks is over there, but they, you know, they have to come past me to get them. And I've seen them even crawling along the floor, and I'm just like, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? They want a snack.
I have children. I'm a mom.
Yeah.
And I think if more of us showed people we really are moms and we really are making money around our kids, I think
we're not faking it. This is our life, you know? Yeah.
For sure.
So what would you say is your favorite social media platform now, or do you just use all of them?
I do use all of them, but I like TikTok right now. It's I like TikTok because I'm meeting a lot of new people, because look, I've been around so long, it seems like, you know, obviously I'm not going to say, because people always say I can't meet any people. There's tons of people to meet, but I know a lot of people.
Yeah, sure.
So Facebook, it's just kind of like a little more difficult right now. I still use it every day, and I would never leave. But TikTok, it's like a different crowd over there, because a lot of the Facebook types haven't gotten on to TikTok. I think there's a lot of growth opportunity there. But I use Instagram, I use Twitter, I use everything. If there's people, I'm there.
Have you got like a way that you put everything on social media? So have you got like a tool or something that you use, so you make a bit of content and it just blasts it across everything, or do you just sit there literally and go on every platform and do something different?
Yeah, what I do, because here's my take on it, and a lot of people might disagree with me, but I'm a weirdo. I feel like it has to be real. So if I just take one piece and I put it in a scheduler or something and I send it out and everything's the same, why would you follow me on other platforms? Everything is the same on every platform. Now, do I use the same content on every platform? I do. But what I do is I pre-create or batch create content. Like last night, I probably made 8 TikToks, right?
Okay, right.
And I save them in my drafts. I pre-create things and I save them in my drafts on Instagram. And I also pull those videos off of those platforms so that I can use them on other platforms. But basically, throughout the day, in the morning, I post everywhere one time. In the middle of the day, I post everywhere one time. Can I teach you? Can I teach your viewers a concept that I love?
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
I call it walking the block. I grew up in New York City, so we have city blocks. In London, you guys have them too.
Yeah.
You know, in Essex, I was only there for a little while, so I don't know the whole makeup of the town, but I'm imagining even if you live in the country, you could walk the road.
Yeah, you walk the cul-de-sacs. Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah.
So I always draw like a rectangle and I go, okay, so I grew up on East 4th Street. So East 4th Street maybe is Facebook. I make the rounds. I walk down the street in Facebook. I look at my feed. I like and comment. I post something. Takes me a few minutes. I just kind of run through, see what's going on, connect with some people, make that run through. Then I turn the corner and I go down the next street. The next street is Instagram. I run through my feed real quick, like and comment, engage with people, post something. Right. Then I go down the next street. The next street might be TikTok. And I just make the rounds. I walk the block and I think of it like your neighborhood. I'm waving at people. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Oh, your dog's so cute. Your flowers are coming in. Well, the things that we would say to a neighbor, I'm doing that about people's content. And then what happens is you become very familiar to everybody because if I'm out every day walking, oh, hey, how are you? How are the grandkids? How are, you know, what time do the kids get home from school? Do you have you have a minute for a cup of coffee before they get back? That type of thing. You become very familiar and you become very trusted, right? Because people see you every day, trust you. So then when I put up offers or when I put up invitations to events or different things, people are much more likely to click and go and check things out that I promote because they know me and they trust me. We've never met. Don't you feel like you know me? Because I feel like I know you.
I do. It's weird because I was normally I'm really nervous, and I said to Eric, I can't interview people. I'm just awful, and I've always been really nervous. But when I said I was going to meet Diane, I like yourself, I was just like, I know her anyway. Do you know, it felt like that, so I'm not nervous at all. I was just like, well, I've seen Diane every day on TikTok. I know her. I feel like I know you, so I don't feel like nervous to sort of interact with you or anything like that. So that's obviously a good sign that, you know, your content is so good that people do feel like they know you anyway. And I was going to talk to you about attraction marketing because I know it's a massive thing for you. And it's something that I looked at a couple of years ago because I was just one of those spammy marketers, you know, I was awful. And then somebody, I think it was Lisa Torres. Do you know Lisa Torres?
Very well. I work with her.
Yeah. I used to love following Lisa. I still do follow her a lot. And she was the first person that introduced me to attraction marketing. And she was basically sort of saying, you know, don't sell people, just be you and they will come and ask you. And I'm like, no, that doesn't work. So do you think that, you know, how do you find attraction marketing and how do you use it?
I think it's key. I've been doing attraction marketing since attraction marketing was called attraction marketing. I've been given crowns and called the marketing. I'm that will not do it any other way. I was taught by my mentor, who was the founder of it. I think it's everything. But if you want to be an attraction marketer and have people come to you, then there's responsibility that goes with that. I have the luxury of people, like literally, my mentor used to say, I don't prospect people, they prospect me, meaning they want to join me. They come to me asking to join me. In order to get to that place, you have to be very consistent with content. You have to be very visible. You can't just put up one video a week and one your dog and hope that somebody's knocking on the door and want to buy your diet pills. It's just not going to happen.
No.
So some people think attraction marketing takes too long and they want to go the direct route. And it takes longer in the beginning and it's much faster. Like I can send out an email today and recruit 10 people.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm not, being facetious. I built an email list and I have a lot of contacts. And if I say this is good, or I'm going to this, or for example, today I'm going to announce that I'm speaking at Ray Higdon's Rank Makers Live.
Cool.
And I'm going to share the link. I promise you, people will go, not because, maybe they were thinking about going, but they like me. So when they see that I'll be there, they're going to go.
Yeah.
Money, I'm not promoting it to make a buck. But the point is that it takes more time, but it's much faster in the end.
Yeah.
You can really live that life that, if you follow me on social, I was in Miami last week. I was on a cruise 2 weeks before that for 10 days. Right before that, I'm always somewhere because I don't have to be working all day.
That's brilliant.
And it's very, very worth doing.
Excellent. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. Thank you so much for this. This is brilliant. Right, I've got lots of questions, but I just want to make sure that are you okay for time still?
Yeah, we got time. We got time.
Excellent. I don't want to take up your precious time, but okay, right. I was told also that you should brand yourself as regards to having a niche and things like that. So do you think that it's important to focus on one, like a niche, or do you think it's just, you should just put yourself out there and just see who comes to you?
Okay. Again, I'm a little of a bit, you hang out with Eric Green. He's an unusual creature, so am I. That's why we like each other so much, right? I don't do it the way a lot of people teach it. So I'm going to explain what I do. My brand is my name and who I am, which some people would say is a mistake because you can't sell your brand if it's your name. But I'm a networker, so I'm not looking to build a big company. Every piece of social media I have is my name. It's Instagram.com/Diane Hochman. Facebook.com/Diane Hochman. It's my name. Okay. It's my brand. So I promote my brand and my list in DianeHochman.com before I would promote a product or a program. Okay. But I have lots of products and lots of programs. They're in the background. It's like Target or you guys have what's the name of the store that's like Walmart there? Or you have Primark. I'll just use Primark.
Yeah.
That's not like Walmart. There's another one, but Primark, right? Primark is the brand, right? We have Primark in the States now. I was so excited.
Oh, cool. It's great for kids' clothes.
When I was in London, I learned all these different stores. I've been there a bunch of times, and in Essex, we went shopping, and so then the brand started coming here. It's really cool. So Primark has this brand, or here in the States, it might be Target or whatever. Target doesn't talk about the products that are on their shelf. Target talks about coming to Target because we have what you Target because we have cool stuff. Target's ads are always cool. I don't know Primark's ads. So they have a brand, and inside of the brand are all the products and services they sell, and they can change. They can change seasonally, or something's not as popular, our brand isn't as popular, they don't carry it anymore. Their brand doesn't change. Diane Hochman's brand has been the same since 1999. Okay, I got a website. I think my first website I got like in 2003. Diane Hochman's brand hasn't changed. What I sell has changed multiple times, although I'm a pretty steady girl.
You've stayed true to your brand, which is your name. It's never ending, isn't it? You can promote or sell anything you like under the name of Diane Hochman because it's got now a brand against it being your name, which is very clever.
Yes, so I do that. And then as far as a niche is concerned, a lot of people, they tend to look at demographics. Like, I want mothers in their 40s that are worrying about paying for college or something. That they tend to think that way. I don't think about demographics as much as I think about motivation. Have you ever been to a network marketing convention?
Yeah, not a few.
Depending on the company, because some of the companies are very, very, very just ladies. But I grew up in Herbalife. It's a very big company. You go to an event, there's 30,000 people. People from every walk of life, people from every race, every religion, and they actually translate in more languages than the UN, than the United Nations. It's crazy, these events. You go to a big Amway, like that. So what's the common denominator amongst the people? Because it's not age, because you got people from 18 to 80. It's not race. It's not income. It's not geographic, because those types of companies operate in almost every country in the world.
Yeah.
So you would think that those would be the answers when we talk about target markets. I sell home business help, opportunities, products, software, etc., and a network marketing opportunity. I'm looking for people that have motivation to make money and build a business. That's who I'm looking for. I
Yeah.
don't care if you're in Kenosha, Wisconsin, or Essex, England. I don't.
Yeah.
You're in Scotland, if you're here in Florida, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me what your background is. It doesn't matter to me. None of that matters to me. What matters to me is, do you hear the call of, are you looking for opportunity?
Yeah.
That's the person.
And they're the people that you really want to work with, because they've got that fire in them, they've got that, passion to carry on and do something, which is wonderful.
So a lot of people, what they do is they pick a target market, and then they try to convince the people in that market that they have a good choice for them. I don't believe in convincing. I believe in attracting.
Yeah. What I also love about the way you use social media is that I can go onto your Facebook or your Instagram. I've got no idea what you do, like as regards to what companies you're with, or I do know, because obviously I've been following you for a while, but you're not shoving companies in people's faces. You've never done that. You've never pushed a company or a product in people's faces. You've just been the authentic, just helping people. And I think that attracts more than shoving something in their face.
What's ironic though? I'm the #1 earner at one of the companies I represent.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know. You wouldn't, unless you really delve. Yeah.
So I'm the #1 person, and I don't need to do that, because here's the thing. I'm focused on, here's a great line, and if you guys are watching, you might want to write it down. And I teach this all the time. The money that you want sits in the pockets of other people, right? Do we all agree that they have the money?
Yeah.
Our job is to get them to happily and gladly give it to us.
Uh-huh.
So my focus is on the people, because they're happy to give me money if I fix their problem or provide them what they're looking for. If I'm saying, like, I'm going to hold a backwards bottle, so I'm not trying to push anything, but it just happens to be here. If I say, you have to buy this, you have to buy this is the greatest thing, it's the greatest thing, it's going to solve your problems, it's going to, blah, 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 all day long. And I do dancing TikToks with it, and I do pictures with it, and I say there's a special on it, and this is all I ever talk about, then the person has no connection to me.
No.
And they may or may not want this, but they have no connection to me. So I've lost them. If the person's connected to me and my message, I can say, hey, this helps with this. And if it's for them, great. If it's not for them, my desk is messy. I happen to have some bubbles, right? Like, bubbles like for the kids. Sorry about the sun. Like, I could blow bubbles with these. Tomorrow I could say, hey, I have some bubbles. The next day I can say, hey, I have some, I have selfie sticks to make videos with. I can have anything. If you like me, right? If you like Target, if you like whatever store, if you like whatever store, you go in that store, and then they show you what they have. They don't put pork chops or Sunday roast in front. I'm using my English things. I miss you people. Sunday roast. That's how businesses work. So I never really understood, when I got into network marketing, I never understood why you would do it that way.
Yeah.
I'm taking care of the customer. What does the customer need?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not, I have a thing and I want you to buy it. So it's kind of a flip philosophy, but it served me well.
Yeah, I remember watching Lisa Torres talking about it, and she was promoting some sort of health product, and she said, I would never go up with my cup with the health product label on it and just sit there. She said, what I would do is, because I'm she was quite fun on camera, is she'd put a cup of green water next to her while she was talking or something like that, and she would just talk and help people and things like that, and she'd say, oh, thank God for this, and that's all she'd say, and drink it, and she wouldn't say nothing else.
I'll be on a live and I'll go, wait a minute, guys, I just got to make my, I got to make my boost drink because I'm dragging, and I make it in front of them, and then everybody He goes, what is that? So
Yeah.
glad you asked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. You
I
get them
mean,
to ask you, and that's
yeah,
kind of a little challenge, isn't it? To a video, you'd sort of sit there and you go, "Hang on a minute," and then they'll go, "Oh, hang on a minute, what's that?" And then they're asking you. You haven't said a word, and I love that because it's kind of reverse psychology a little bit, isn't it? And I think that's very clever.
but the thing that's funny is I'm usually just sharing what I love. Like, for example, I picked this up and this is a little doohickey. I don't sell these, but I could get a link from Amazon if I wanted. This is my friend's, it's not mine. So his is different than mine. So you can take this thing, right? And it's just a little tripod. You lay it on your
Mhm.
desk, you put your phone in here, right? And it has a remote control. So you can take pictures or you can start your videos. Like if you want to be standing up in your video.
Yeah.
So I might talking about this and mentioning it and everybody will ask me about it. I'm not trying to sell people.
No.
I talk about all the things I use. I talk about the software I use, whether I make money or not. And that's the difference because people don't perceive it's I'm trying to get you. They perceive
Mhm.
I'm trying to
It's clever, isn't it? It's clever stuff. It
it's a
really
different
is.
energy.
But I know there's a lot of companies out there that will teach their reps, I guess, and to just promote the product. And I watch these people and I don't see them being successful doing it. I see the people being successful are the people that are just helping people or giving them advice on stuff or just being real with them. And they're the ones that are having the success. And it's not the ones that are going, oh, look at my perfume, look at my products. It's not those people.
Explain it from a different perspective, okay? Because a lot of times people, in fact, there's several people, including people I work with, that make videos, blaming the evil companies.
Yeah.
Okay, if I open a McDonald's, right, or I'm McDonald's corporate, okay,
Mhm.
I want my franchisees to sell as many hamburgers and shakes as possible,
Uh-huh.
okay. And so I'm going to give them materials and train them how to promote McDonald's. McDonald's is my brand. I'm the corporate office. That guy's just the franchisee, right?
Yeah.
So here I am, I'm an MLM. I want my associates to sell as much of my product as possible. What am I going to give them? I'm going to give them training and tools to help them promote the product because
Uh-huh.
that's I'm the company.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit down and take responsibility for their business and teach them to market and teach them all this stuff and teach them to build their brand. That's their responsibility as an independent business owner. I'm the company, I'm XYZ MLM. My job is to give you resources to sell the XYZ product.
Mhm.
I'm not evil. I'm not bad. I'm just giving you the resources to sell my product. How you want to do that is up to you.
Yeah.
So when I teach downlines, I'm the queen of attraction marketing. Yet when I teach downlines, I'm doing a TikTok course for a downline right now. I'm teaching them how to do things to sell the product. Why? Because when they sell the product, they make money and I make money.
Yeah.
When I'm teaching an attraction marketing course to students that are not my downline, I'm teaching them about how to build their brands and how to become an attraction marketer.
Got
Do you
it.
see the
Right.
difference?
Yeah, I
So
do.
I'm the upline and I'm teaching you how to promote my product. Am I evil or am I just giving you what I should be giving you in the role that I'm in?
Yeah, I suppose there's different scenarios, isn't there, for different things. But yeah, I suppose if somebody wants to go and build a brand and the attraction marketing is the way.
Yeah, McDonald's isn't going to teach their people how to sell something else, or McDonald's isn't going to teach them how to make it the John Smith McDonald's because
Yeah.
it's McDonald's.
Yeah, sure.
So you have to, one of my biggest messages, in fact, I want to make a TikTok about this today, is if we want to be successful, we have to think like a business person. We
Right.
have to look at what is in our best business interest. We have to look at what the companies we represent, what is in their best business interest.
Mhm.
And then we have to find the right combination for us.
Sure.
So we can't sit around and we built, I started doing this naturally 100
Mhm.
years ago. I started making videos and I remember there were people at the company I worked with at the time that thought that was wrong because you were only supposed to wear a button and talk to people.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, all I know is I'm supposed to meet people so I can show them the product and this is a new way to meet people. And I didn't worry that they were mad. I just did it, but I also didn't do anything to hurt the company.
Yeah.
I was compliant. So we really need to think because it's super easy to look at like a new mom who just signed up to sell lipstick or eyelashes or whatever, and that's all she does. That's all she knows, right? That's
Yeah,
all she knows. And it's the only influence she has is the company who is doing what they're supposed to be doing, encouraging her to sell the product.
sure.
If she wants to move forward, she reads a book
Yeah,
or she buys a course or she
yeah,
watches a YouTube video and she educates herself. We all
definitely.
must educate ourselves. Does that make sense?
It does. So, okay, I'm going to throw a question at you then. Say you had to start from scratch tomorrow. Say you
Nobody
didn't have the Diane Hochman brand, nobody knew who you were. You know, you were just a lady that wants to earn some money online. Where would you start today, knowing what you know now, sort of thing? What would you do?
The first thing I would do is get an autoresponder tool. They're like 20 bucks. You can start for free.
Right.
Um, because I would start compiling people, getting them into that newsletter. So I would still go with my hot market or the people I know, like they tell you to make that list of 100.
Yeah.
And everybody goes, I don't want to bug friends and family. You don't have to bug friends and family. You say, Aunt Mary, I just started a home business. I wanted to be home with the kids. I'm starting a little newsletter to let people know what I'm up to. Is it okay if I put you on it? So now
Right.
I'm gathering all the people I know, getting their permission. I'm putting them into this little newsletter. This
Okay.
is assuming I've already picked a company or something I want to
Yeah.
sell. Now I'm writing to that newsletter a couple times a week with fun and informative and helpful things. And then at the end, linking to what I'm up to or what they can purchase or what they
Got
can
it.
do. So I'm building relationship and keeping them with me, but I'm gaining massive leverage because most people like a new product comes out and then what do? They hit Messenger or they hit the phone and they're
Yeah.
calling everybody. New product comes out, I send an email out. Hey, who do you know who suffers from blank? The
Right.
company I work with, and I always phrase it in a way that I'm asking them for help and not trying to sell them. So the company I work with just came out something that's really good for aches. If you know anybody that's, whether they're suffering from aches from sports and activity or whether just getting a little more mature and their joints are
Mhm.
aching, etc. I have something really neat. I have samples. If you know anybody, here's where they can get that. Please pass this on.
Yeah.
And now I've told 100 people or 200 people or three, as I accumulate people. That's how I started my original newsletter. I thought it was like the soccer team newsletter, the football
Yeah.
team newsletter, or the parent teacher conference newsletter or something. I didn't think of it as this big, fancy email marketing thing. I just
Yeah.
thought it was a way to talk to everybody at once because I had two kids and I wanted to be with my kids. That was the
Yeah.
point of the business.
Uh-huh.
Point of the business. I didn't want to be out every night. I didn't want to be on the phone 24 hours a day. I didn't want to ignore my children that were the reason for me doing this.
Yeah, sure. Because um, email lists. So I guess you're saying that an email list is really, really important.
I think it's the most important thing. A lot of people would
Oh no, you're gonna kill me, right? This is why Eric, right? This is why Eric smacked me, right? He was just like, I've been doing this for 10 years. I have not got a list. I've never built one.
I
And
know
he was
that's why
like, Sarah, what are you doing? Why have you not? And I'm just like, oh, just never really. And he was like, oh my God. And he was shocked. And I was just like, and I'm so cross with myself because I've been doing this for such a long time. I could have had a massive list. And now I've got to kind of get that going. So I guess my advice is, I guess my advice to anybody is get a list when you start. I didn't do it. And I haven't got that, I haven't got that channel to just contact all those people that I've ever kind of made friends with or connected with or anything like that. As businesses have come and gone, so have the people, and I've kind of lost them. So I've kind of got to start from scratch with that. um yeah, that Eric did tell me off for that. He was like, why? And I was like, I just don't know, I just never really went down that route, and I'm really regretting it now. So I think advice to anybody that's starting out is to start building a list, because you'll really, really be grateful for it as you move forward.
a lot of the training out there is like very overcomplicated. And that's why I
Mhm.
think a lot of people, because everybody's, I'm sorry, they're mowing the lawn now. A lot of people are like, you got to build the capture page, you got to build the bump, and you
Yeah,
got to build this and that. Because I'm not an internet marketer. I use the internet. I'm a
yeah,
networker. I'm an affiliate marketer too, but I'm a
yeah,
networker. I come from networking. I'm just looking to communicate with more people faster.
Yeah.
I don't need to do the scientific, what my click-through rates and all this other stuff is. It's cool, but I'm not an internet marketer. So you can use an autoresponder just when you meet people, like you meet people, everybody goes out to meet people online on Facebook or whatever, and then they go, okay, I'll see you later. Or they pitch them and then the person says no, and they go, I'll see you later. I
Yeah.
want to get them interested in being on my newsletter so that I can talk to them multiple times all year without them feeling threatened.
So that's one thing I've got to set up. Big time.
Well, you tell Eric that I slept. So
Yeah, again, I've been double slapped, so I've got to get, I've got
I
to get done.
for I've been teaching about autoresponders probably for 18 years, and
Really?
every year somebody says to me, "I wish I had listened." Guys, when you look around and you see every top marketer's doing something, you do the thing the top marketers
Yeah.
are doing.
You follow what the successful people are doing and you listen to them. Yeah, definitely. Oh dear, what a nightmare I am. Oh dear. So,
I will
okay.
be if you set it up, I will be the first person on your list.
Oh, thank
So
you. So now I need to
yeah,
look into that, but I think Eric's going to help me with that anyway because they're doing a training course as well to, you know, to really delve into the marketing side. I think it's because the technical stuff has always freaked me out. I'm not technical in any way,
I
shape,
don't.
or form, and it frightened the life out of me.
I don't do technical. I don't do technical. I
No.
don't do I don't because I don't need to. I mean, an autoresponder setup's it's pretty basic. It's not complicated. And but all the other stuff, I don't do it. And it's, a lot of people say, well, you're crazy not to do it. And I'm like, maybe I'm crazy to do it. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just hard and I can go faster without it. But what I do know is if you have the ability, it's the same with I model this all after network marketing. When you start in network marketing, you're supposed to call your friends and family and show them the product and then
Yeah.
hopefully recruit people. Then you have them invite a few people over to your living room and you have a few more people. And then you have a few more people and you're doing meetings in different people's houses. And then you move to the local hotel, to a small room. And then eventually you want to get into a big ballroom and have a big group. So it's the same thing here. I start inviting people to my newsletter. I have 10 people to write to this week. Next week, I have 20 people to write to. The week after, I have 30 people to write to. If I do one presentation in front of 3 people, I have a 1 in 3 chance of recruiting someone. If I do the same presentation in front of 500 people, right, I have a huge chance of recruiting people. The
Yeah.
more people that hear your message, the faster you can go. So it only made sense to me to put the people together so I could talk to them at once.
Does make so much sense.
And that's why
Love
social media, I was a very early adopter because
Mm,
video let me talk to a lot of people at once.
yeah.
Now today, these short form video lets me talk to a lot of people at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Concept.
TikTok is brilliant. I mean, I love it. I love it, but it's dangerous because you can sit there for hours flicking through.
100% have to.
But then again, that's the way you learn what people are doing and what they're, you know, if you sort of follow the right sort of people, it's brilliant. It's fantastic. Just little tiny nuggets of information constantly. It's lovely. So, okay, on a working day then, when you're, you know, in the flow, what is a typical day in the life of Diane? Do you meditate? Do you do any sort of hobbies or, you know, do you just work constantly? How's your day go?
Don't work constantly. I usually get up and have a cup of coffee right now because it's nice out. I sit out on the deck for a little while. I'd like to say that I meditate heavily, but I don't. I try. I'd like to say I usually do a little spiritual reading or something for a few minutes, but then I have to admit I tend to go to my phone. I mean, I'm just going to go, but my rule is that I have to be out of my bed. I'm not allowed to look at it in my bed. I realize 2 hours go by. I post right away. I have things ready to go.
Okay.
I pre-prepare stuff and then I post all over. So generally speaking, by 9 o'clock, you're going to see me posting.
Yeah.
And then it just depends on the day because some days I'm doing things like this. I have interviews or lives or Zooms. I'm always teaching classes.
Right.
Some days I'm goofing off, and out playing or whatever. But a lot of days, I'm at my desk. I'm writing letters. So I work anywhere from. I mean, a busy day I'll work like 6 hours. A slower day I work like 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
That's after years of of consistency that I can get away with that. But
Yeah.
I would tell folks, if you were consistent, you'd see it snowballs.
Right.
People like, I make a post and I'll get, 150 reactions to it, which isn't as many as some of my other friends, and they're like, how do you do that? And I'm like, I post every day, multiple times. So we start and we get 2 reactions and we're bummed
Yeah.
because we think it work. Or if I write an email, I might get 3,000 people to open the email. A new person writes an email and they get 3 people to open the email and they're bummed. They think it doesn't work. It's just time and leverage and consistency.
That's it. There was this, I did this TikTok once, and it was basically me saying, like, I'm really, really fed up that only 30 people watched my last TikTok. And if you're fed up that 30 people watched it, but what if 30 people walked through that door now and stood and looked at you? It's like, if you put it in perspective, that's a lot of people looking at you, watching you, and people are obsessed with numbers. And it's like, if 30 people walked in here.
If one of those people becomes your next big leg in your organization, I don't ever focus on having, like, I don't have the biggest list, but I've beaten some of the biggest names in the industry in like contests and things. I don't have the biggest name. I don't have the biggest TikTok accounts or Instagram accounts. I'm just looking to meet people. That's my goal. So none of that matters. I mean, I've had a couple viral videos. It's cool. It was fun, but that didn't change my life. People think if you have a viral video tomorrow, something's didn't change my life.
No. I had one go viral a couple of weeks ago, and it was a stupid video. I did like a duet with Ryan Reynolds, and it went up to 1.2 million, and I was like, oh my god. And I was like, geez. But what I looked at was the amount of followers I gained from doing that silly video, and now I've got like lots of new people that are now watching what I'm doing. It's like, that's the great thing about TikTok, is that you can do a lot of kind of value and getting to know you type videos, and every now and then you could do a silly sort of goofy one, and it brings in so many people, and it's brilliant. And Eric was like, yay, well done.
That's why you need an email list, because if they clicked on your thing, they sign up for some free giveaway or whatever. So you have all these new people. You're not offering them anything of value.
I know. It's just, that's what Eric said. It's like, you've got this, you've got the creativity and everything to bring people in, but then you're not gathering these people have gone, and you're just like, you're losing all these people. And it's what's made me sort of think as well is something you said about, I mean, I don't get a lot of time. I've got 2 quite young kids, and they are full on. They've got after school clubs and all sorts of things. But on the pockets of time that I have got some time is to build up, like you say, like a TikTok, just do loads of drafts, just make lots of videos at one time, and just then you can drip feed those videos out. You don't have to find time every day to do a video. If you've got some time, make a lot of them, make a lot of posts, make a lot of photographs, make a lot of memes, or whatever you're going to do when you've got the time, and have like almost like a stock room of this stuff so that you can be consistent.
Exactly.
That's really kind of light bulb moment for me. And I'm just like, why am I not doing that? Why am I sort of dedicating every day to doing all this when I've got, I could do it.
You know why? Because we all were brought up in workaday families.
Yeah.
And in a workaday family, you go to work and you do your work every day. And then you come home and then, do whatever. My business is my lifestyle. And my family still has difficulty understanding this. When I went on the cruise, all the staff keep going, why are you working? You're on vacation. Why are you working? Because I would pull out my laptop and they're like, why are you working? You're on vacation. I said, so I can be on vacation all the time. They couldn't understand, because to them, you work or you don't work.
Yeah.
In your home business, the kids are at something today. I have extra time. Or let's say you go out and it's just beautiful. Like when I'm on the islands, it's beautiful. I take a lot more videos in those environments, and then I save them up. I sit on the couch or the recliner and I watch a movie and make memes. I can make 100 memes during a movie.
Yeah, I'm always on my phone doing something, making a picture, or finding a quote on Pinterest and going, oh, saving that, I like that, But I need to kind of stockpile a lot more stuff when I'm doing it, and I think that would really help me to be consistent throughout the day, because I've always got something ready to go. That would be brilliant for me. So I've got a list of things to do.
Have these big scheduling things, and it's very professional. I don't have that. But what I do
Yeah.
have is in my phone right now, I have enough posts to last for the rest of the month if I didn't make a single thing.
Brilliant.
I mean, last year I was in
Wise.
the hospital and nobody would have known if I didn't say anything
Yeah.
because I'm just posting, I'm just posting, I'm just posting. So it's and engaging. I do the walk the block and I can do that whether I can talk or not. I can do that whether I have makeup on or not. I can do that
Yeah.
whether or not I can do it from my bed. I can do it from the deck. I can do it from the lake.
Perfect. Okay, then. So I'm now going to ask you, what's the one thing you wish you were better at in your business? Is there something that you kind
You
of,
have, how many hours do you have?
is there something in particular that you like beat yourself up over and go, oh, I
You
wish I
want
could
to
just.
do a part two? um, I'm very challenged technically. I'm very challenged organizationally. I'm ADHD.
Mm,
So I tend to dart from thing to thing.
yeah.
Um, I mean, I could go on all day about all the things I wish I were better at, but this is the advice I would give everybody. Most everybody focuses on the thing they're not good at.
Yeah.
I focused on the things I am good at because you can either hire people to do the things you're not good at, or
Hmm.
you can just not do the things because if you're really good at something, you kind of have to don't do all of that other stuff. And
Yeah.
I've proven this over and over by studying like a lot of my friends that are really like ridiculous earners, you know.
Hmm.
Um, there's a ton of them. They are not technical. They cannot build a funnel. They cannot do this. They cannot do that. They understand people. And in this game, the most important skill of all is people
Yeah.
and understanding their motivation. And
Absolutely.
that's all I focus on. So if I have to, the other thing I say, it's a military term, a need to know basis. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. They tell you when you need to know, right?
Yeah.
So I always say I'm on a need to know basis. If I don't need to know it, I don't need to know it. When I need to know it, I will.
Hmm.
Most people focus on the thing that they don't need to know. That's 7 steps down the line, and they're worrying about that thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I need to know that today? No. Okay, then I don't need to know it.
Yeah.
To know an autoresponder. Recently, my autoresponder changed their setup, and they
Oh,
gave
that
us
freaked me out.
warning. They told us ahead of time, and I've been using it this way for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And it's the old editor, and they left it for new people. Don't even get this old editor, but it's the editor I've been using for forever.
Yeah.
They said, and the system I've been using forever. And they finally said, okay, we've had it for years, but the other one's better. You're going to have to switch over.
Mm.
This is when it's going to happen. So that was when I needed to know. So I
Yeah.
learned it that.
Yeah.
But before that, I didn't need to know. You know, I didn't need to know. So there's lots of things that I wish I were better at, particularly organizationally.
Yeah.
Um, I get in trouble with people because I have a really good heart and I tend to go, yeah, let's do it. Let's like you. I planned something with you and then everything went into chaos and I had to cancel. Sometimes people feel that I don't care or that I'm, you know, not this. It's not that at all. It's just that I have like time and organization knowledge.
Oh,
Person,
that's cool.
and as soon as I could, I called you and I said, hey, I could do it.
Yeah.
But it's just who I am. And I decided to stop beating myself up a long time ago.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, and huge congratulations as well on the Ray Higdon cooperation with you're
Oh,
doing with him. That's amazing.
that's fun.
Exciting.
It's just a fun little once a month. Eric was making this big deal. I'm like, Eric, it's a once a month. I do a training for them.
It's so
But I wanted to
cool.
announce because I'm very happy to, you know, I've been friends with Ray for a million years. And
Yeah, he's a
so
great guy.
to be working with his top tier coaching clients it makes me very happy.
Oh, that's
In fact, I
amazing.
have an employee. So
Oh, brilliant. Well, thank you so much. It's been really lovely to chat to you, and hopefully now in the future we can kind of connect a lot more. And yeah, I might even duet you on a TikTok or something.
Eric made that one video about you, and I had to. He was like, "So Sarah can use it." I'm like, "What if I want to use it?" I had
Yeah,
to do it.
that's brilliant.
He did some pretty silly ones off of some of my videos. So
Yeah,
um,
no,
Eric
he's
and
a
I
great
have
guy.
gone back and forth for 100 million years. So shout out to Eric. I'm glad you're back doing what you do and
Yeah, it's great to have him back.
working with Mark. I want to see what you guys are up to. Who knows? Maybe my mouth would come in handy.
Yeah.
That's I'm good at running my mouth. So
Well, thank you for running it today. It's been brilliant.
enjoy those kiddos, and I
Will
hope
do.
that they can get their snacks whenever they want. We were talking
Yeah,
before
I think
about
they're getting hungry now. I better go and feed them before they start breaking down the door. So
definitely do. Well,
thank you.
thank you, Sarah, for having me. Super fun. And again, I said it before, but I don't know when people will see this video, but condolences to everybody about the Queen. She's a beautiful woman, amazing woman, and the world mourns her. And
Thank you.
we're here today, so it just seems appropriate to say it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And yes, thank you. And I'll speak to you again soon, no doubt. Bye,
Talk
Diane.
soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.